All right, hello. How's it going out there, you guys, you crazy kids? Welcome to COVID-sponsored online learning, where you have no control what's going on, and no, we don't know what's going to happen, especially in Mr. Ramsey's class. Well, today we're going to learn how to make corsages. That's right. Third time's a charm, by the way. This is the third time I made this stinking video. Different times, different things have gone wrong, and this time I think we got it right. So first of all, I'd like to explain my hat. This hat is in the honor of the nursery landscape team that took the state championship last year. Normally they would have just finished nationals about a month ago, and they get a Kubota hat every time they get to go to nationals. So our local Kubota tractor store on Cook Road, Cook Road, gave us these hats, and so the kids have signed them, and they're all really nice. My wife wanted to make sure that my hair was combed, so my solution to make sure my hair is combed is put it under a hat. Thank you. Today we're going to learn how to make a 3 mini carn elegant crescent corsage. Now you can only make just so much of a crescent with 3 mini carns, okay? Normally in class we use 5. I use 7 to teach you a more advanced corsage, and we put a bow in it. Today we're not putting a bow in our corsage, and the reason is because the local floral shop owner and myself both talked about, we both agreed unanimously, adamantly, that bows are just too hard to teach online, so we don't want to try that. Now, when you make your corsage, or if you learn how to make the corsages, and school starts, whenever that happens, I want you to come by my room if you want to, and we can make corsages and bows, and we can turn you loose with them. Okay? Now, so I probably should let you know about terminology. I use terminology in my floral design class, the same terminology that floral shops use. And in a floral shop, it's called a mini carnation, it's called a mini carn, not a mini carnation. I take that back. A mini carn instead of a mini carnation. Leather leaf is leather, and wax flower is just wax flower. That's what we're using today. We're using leather, mini carns, and wax flower. Using very beautiful, pretty white mini carns. You're going to like it. You're going to like it very much. It's going to be awesome. So today, again, we're going to learn how to make a corsage. How are you going to know when you're done? You will have a corsage in front of you. That's how you know when you're done. Now, what I want to make sure you know and understand is as you make a corsage, as we put these corsages together, a corsage, elegant mini corsage, is nothing more than a bunch of little tiny boutonnieres all tied together. So there's little baby boutonnieres, but they get to be a big corsage when you get them together. Oh, yeah. Now, you might ask, why are we using a pierce method, a wire pierce method, as opposed to a gluing method? Because gluing is much simpler, much more easy. Much more easy, much easier to do. The reason is because it makes you more employable to know how to use a pierce method with wires and that kind of stuff. The wires you got, let's go over what you should have picked up today. Yesterday you picked it up. Today I'm just talking to you. You should have picked up some leather leaf, some wax flower, some mini carns, and a little bundle of floral tape and wires. Now you got 5 wires for a 3 mini carn corsage. Why did I give you 5 wires? Well, one really good reason is in case you lose something. Okay, I want to make sure you have 3 wires so you're good to go. Now let's say something goes wrong, you break this, break that, you don't have wires. And don't worry about it. Just do your best. Okay, I'm going to grade you nicely for everything. Yeah, we're here to try to learn how to do a corsage. We're not here to turn out a corsage that someone's done corsages for 30 years might do. We're teaching you how to do a corsage. It's going to be beautiful. Mom and dad and the kids are going to love it. Okay? I might wear one today or soon when I'm falling trees or splitting wood or being out there being a Mr. Ramsey. I might wear mine around too. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Now, the first thing to learn about a corsage is nobody, man or woman, is severely flat-chested. Okay? Everybody's got a little curve somewhere. All right? So when you make the corsage, it's going to have to bend a little bit to your form of your chest. It also is going to be a little bit crescent, so it's going to have a little bend, but it's a 3 mini carn, so it doesn't do too much. Okay? So you guys ready? You ready to learn this? Okay, remember we're going to do corsage today. We're doing pierce method because it makes you more employable. Remember, nobody's chest is flat, so it's going to have a little curve, and it's going to look awesome. And you're going to know you're done when you have a corsage. Okay? Let's start. Let's get started. So first I'll get, you know what I need to do. I need to make sure you can see my fingers working, because that was what was wrong with one of the things. So we're going to go down to here where you can see things. See? Hello, I'm a carnation. Let's break off a carn. Okay. We have a carnation. Okay. We're going to take a piece of wire And we're going to take it in this carnation. I'm going to scoot this around so we can see better. So we're going to take this wire and we're going to stick it in a carn right here in the top. Okay. And see it? And I'm going to bend it down like this. And there we go. Now remember, this wire is very, very fine wire. That means fine is not fine. That's some really fine wire you got there. This wire is really light. And the reason it's really light is because it's being used on corsages. And we want corsages to be light. We don't want someone to have been gay or have a solar cleft, whatever you call it, operation to get everything back to normal. Okay? You see me okay in here? Oh, I know what's wrong. There you go. It's just my screen. Okay, so here's your little carnation. It's all done. Okay. Now let me tell you something about wire and ribbon. Wire gets bigger as you get smaller. It's sold by the gauge. Okay, I don't understand what gauge means. I have no idea. I know that a 12 gauge shotgun has a bigger shell than a 20 gauge. Okay, 10 gauge shotgun, which is what they use in wars and maybe bank robberies. I don't know, but I know in wars that when they use shotguns, they're big guns, and I think they're 10 gauge. And so wire's the same way. This wire here is a high number. Okay, so because it's very fine. If you get in a lower number of wires, it gets a lot thicker as you go. If you go lower numbers of ribbon, it gets a lot smaller. It's the opposite. Okay, so a 1.5 ribbon is like really small. When we do ribbons and corsages at school and we do bows, we're going to have you use number 3 ribbon. Pretty average. And if you can do number 3, you can do for sure number 1.5 and probably do a number 5. Okay, as opposed to pew bows where you have like number 12 is this wide and is really doing this kind of. But I digress. Let me tell you now. We talked about ribbon and wires, how they fit in corsages areas. Here's a little boutonniere. Is it missing something? It's kind of. I'm sorry, little guy. He's missing some other stuff. This little guy's missing some stuff. So we're gonna doctor him up. Let's take a piece of leather. Now I'm putting the screen back down, and the screen. Oops, the wrong screen. There we go. Take a piece of leather. Okay, right off of here. Break it off. You see it? Now I'm also going to take a piece of wax flour. Let's find a piece that looks really cherry boss. Okay, I like this one. And there's a piece of wax flour. Okay, the wax flour is going to go on like this. I think I'm going to cut this center out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at this. That's awesome. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So now we take our already taped mini carn and we put a piece of some of the wax flour on it, and we put a nice little piece of fern there. And we take our tape. Now remember, floral tape stretches. Watch this. See how it's stretched? Okay, it stretches. And I'm not going to use that piece. Now your tape may not stretch. May just not stretch. That's okay. If it doesn't stretch, you'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, just keep going because it's been put in a package for you, and anything could have happened. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that nice? Look at that. All right. So we do this 2 more times. So we have 3 of these. Now, I have already showed up early to school today, and I made my other 3 too. See how they look? Let's put them out here where you can see them. Okay. So these three are things that take the smallest to the biggest to the smallest. So I think this is the smallest, then this is the biggest, then this is the next smallest. Don't you? Okay. Let's tape them together and see what we come up with. We're almost finished. So first you take this little one, and then you put the next one on. You can put it on right here. I've already got it fixed up so it's perfect. Comes out this way. So you zigzag. You're going to zigzag across going down. Okay. Now I got to tell you, we've got some grown women who are now grown women with kids, and they were with me when I first learned how to do corsages 100,000 years ago. They were on my floral design team. And we took a college class together, and this is what they learned to do when they're in California on a team. See how it looks? Okay, the next one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, jeez. Look, it's so pretty. Mama's little man's looking so nice. Do we put this one right here? And so we got 3. Isn't that nice? I'm totally digging this, man. I think I could do this all day. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm going to tape it together. Now, when you tape it, you just kind of hold the tape and start twirling it. There's no real way to tell you to do that other than taping it. Okay, how's that look? Let's take a look. Let's get in my face here. How's this look? I think this looks fantastic. Take a look. Let's turn it a little bit. Okay, a little bit of crescent. See? Oh, Beautiful. And look at the back. See how I got it so it's angled? Okay, it's because nobody's chest is flat. Okay, so this goes on here. Now you can put it on with a corsage wrist tape band thing, the thing you put on the wristband, or you can put it on with pins. If you use corsage pins, here's how I want you to put them into your corsage. Put one in here and one coming back up the other way. Do not put them straight across the middle, because if a young lady or a young gentleman, or lady or gentleman, grab your corsage, they could get stuck in the fingers. Okay? Now, generally at school, in the old days, I don't do it at Wooly anymore, but I'll do it with mine. I would throw kids' corsages against the wall, and if it survived, you knew you had a good corsage. Now, I can throw mine against the wall anytime, and they do just fine. I'm not going to do it right now because it's just too much theatrics for a video. But I can do it, in class when we meet. If you guys want me to, I'll save some of my corsages I've made. We'll do it. You want a corsage that doesn't fall apart. You also want one that's not built like a tank, okay? Now, if it's not built like a tank, because if it's built like a tank, it's too heavy. You want a light corsage, you want it sturdy. The last thing I want to tell you is you want to tape it. See, if you look at the back here, you can't see my wires anywhere from my fingers up, okay? That's called mechanics. You want to hide the mechanics. Now, that does not mean you go to the local auto shop store and hide a mechanic, okay? I'm not talking about the guy changing your oil. I'm talking about the wires in your corsage. You don't want anybody to see them, okay? All right. Okay. So this is a corsage, and it's ready to go. It looks good. I think it looks fantastic. At the very end, you take some wire cutters and you cut it right here, okay? And then you should be all set, okay? Now, in review, let's review this. You made a corsage today, 3 mini carns. We call them mini carns, leather, and wax flower. You taped the mini carns first, and then you taped on the accessories, which was the wax flower and the leather. You don't put them all together. If you do, they're too loose and they can come apart, okay? And then you made a crescent. Remember, no one's chest is flat, and you don't want any mechanics to show. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, this is it. I think this looks, this looks absolutely fantastic. I think I'm going to show it to my daughter. She went to nationals, and she's going to have to say, yeah, Dad, that looks bad, low, and cool. Okay, that's it. You got it. You're done. Have a good day.